Hey, Richie Dotson again from Chateau Debris, aka my office, my shop, Acoustic Box, acousticbox.com. I got some comparisons to do and to talk about. This is an original RB, regular banjo RB, a Gibson's designation for a 5-string banjo, and this is an original. And they didn't start making these till about 1935. And so what you have here is a banjo with no tone ring at all. In fact, the wood rim is a thinner wood rim. This is an example of a double O, a 00, a 00 wood rim, and this is an example of a full thickness wood rim. You can see there the comparison. And if you flip this over, now there's not even a tone hoop on this particular banjo. In fact, people are just going to have to wait texting me. There's only a turned wooden bead on this, not even a tone hoop. And I don't have any loose hoops, so to speak, here, or I'd bring one of those out. But this is exactly dead stock. This is the original pre-war neck. Of course, the head's different, and but that's still not bad. No tone ring, no tone hoop, thin wood rim, all 100% pre-war, pre-World War II, I mean. Rick is here, he's the owner of this beautiful old instrument. Do we know what year this is?
36.
1936. So, that's the first one. Now, that was the original neck. I also have this. Is the 11 that I own. It is also uncut. There's no tone ring. Of course, this weighs 3 pounds less as a result. This was the original neck. Now this was a plectrum neck. A plectrum neck is the same scale length and the same length and scale length, of course, as an original 5-string neck would have been. Try to get the lighting right, except it only has 4 strings. They were tuned like a 5-string without the 5th string. Sometimes you tune them down to see. It depends on who you're asking, and everybody's right. Just ask them. So this one has a conversion neck on it. This is a maple neck, just like the 00 was a maple neck, and that would have had a very thin fingerboard of Brazilian rosewood. Again, no tone ring. Very powerful, though. Only a tone hoop on this one. It is a 3/8 diameter or something like that, brass hoop that goes around the top of this wood rim where the bead would have been on the 00. Great response. In fact, I took this to a notoriously difficult to hear jam session at Cabin Fever. Great venue if you know about it. Usually the first weekend of March. in Virginia Beach on the Norfolk line. And honestly, if you've never been, you should go. But I took this to the most difficult place I could think of, in the lobby, where there's tons of noise and tons of jamming going on. And this thing killed it. It just went right through everything. My personal banjo, and I'm not going to cut it, meaning I'm not going to cut the wood rim to install a tone ring. The third one I have, this is a 1959 PB, again, plectrum banjo. We got 3 plectrums and a 5-string. That's kind of weird. So a plectrum style 100. This is post-World War II. This is a 1959. And it had the sunburst. It started getting a little redder about this time. And we put a curly maple neck on it and an ebony fingerboard at the owner's request when we converted it. Converting the banjo means that I built a 5-string neck for it. And we did it in a bow tie style since it fits the period. And we did it to the cosmetic appointments that he liked, which is the bow tie inlay and an ebony fingerboard. And this has another tone hoop in it, except it's a smaller ring, so it gives the visual impression up front of being an arch top. Again, you can see no tone ring, which would be visible from the side, and we'll see that in a minute. These were slightly different. They had, gosh, the one-piece flange heel cut on these, you have to be careful, because if you're used to working with pre-wars, you're going to do something wrong unless you set the machine appropriately for the heel cut, because the pre-war heel cut isn't the same, and we'll show you that in a minute too. This, kind of like an arch top. I own an early 1950s RB 150 that maybe I'll shoot another time, but it's going to be the most similar to this. And so this one, again, no tone ring, 3 pounds lighter, very robust. In fact, I think anything that's loose on this thing would just rattle, so I got to go through a couple. Here we go, armrest fault. And if this makes a difference to you, what you're hearing these through is actually a German Neumann U87, pretty much top of the line studio mic. So we're not running this through things. And Rick is also simultaneously recording this with the new generation iPhone 11, I believe you said.
Pro.
Or iPhone 11 Pro. So it'd kind of be interesting to see them. Again, this beast is hard to tame and hard to beat. But I like the 150 too. And so that's the third one. And the fourth one, excuse me, the fourth one here, it belongs to Mr. Bergstrom, and it is, pardon me, too many wires back there. This is a 1962. See, they got a little bit more tobacco-y and maybe orangey red toward the edge, if you can see it well enough in the little video here. And so we built a mahogany neck with a, looks like a Brazilian rosewood fingerboard, hearts and flowers inlay, and this is its original neck. This is a 1962, And the original neck, by then, Gibson had started doing some goofy stuff like, hey, let's put Grover Rotomatics on this little banjo. And this is another plectrum. And so I want to show you the difference later between a plectrum neck and a tenor neck. We got a few of them behind me. So this one actually has one of my Dotson flathead long skirt tone ring. Oh, no, I've been corrected.
Huber Vintage 20.
This is, oh, thank you.
It's pre-Dotson.
Pre-Dotson. Okay, well, I'm fine with that. This has a Huber Vintage 20-hole tone ring in it. So everything else pretty much equal then. They all have all four have a no logo Remo head on them. Presto tailpiece except for the 62, and that has the stock 100, no, the 1959, that has a stock style 100. 150 would have used these, and the bow tie would have used these at that time period. I think the 150s had stopped being produced by 1959. So, neither here nor there, is it? But this one has a modern Presto tailpiece on it. They all do have a logo, a no logo Remo Weather King head on them, and they all have a Dotson bridge. They're kind of popular now. It's making me happy. And this one actually has a tone ring. And if you turn this up, you'll see that in this case, nickel-plated band. That's the skirt of the tone ring that fits around the wood rim. Give me a second here. And you can see that the wood rim on one of those, not this, is the 00, is cut for a tone ring's lip to fit down, and then the rest of the tone ring is above that surface. And there is some height difference because of that cut in the tone ring. So a little bit of something. If you don't know, you don't know. And if you know, and I've said something wrong, it's okay to correct me. I'm good with that. So that being said, this does have a Huber Vintage ring. Mahogany neck, Brazilian rosewood fingerboard, and something in the public domain because on occasion somebody follows me around and reports anything that they think might not be in the public domain. So God bless you, whoever you are, because I know you're watching these videos. Thanks. So that's all I got. This was a good little comparison, and thank you to Rick Bergstrom from coming all the way the other side of well, at least one county over. And so I enjoyed this. We built this neck here. We built the neck for the 1959, the style 11 Truett that has a neck on that I purchased from a friend of mine in Ohio that happened to be here, and I told you I would show you the difference. Yeah, this is all right. This is pretty good. Oh, let me get this right here. Both 4 strings, and this is a tenor scale. This is a plectrum. They had a cello banjo, a CB, an MB mandolin banjo. We got one of those necks up here too. A different story. That even had a PT neck on a few rare cases. That is a plectrum or PT plectrum tenor. It could be tuned either way. It was in between these two. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Like it if you like, share if you want, hit the subscribe button, and next time I have time to shoot one of these things, you'll get a notification. And thank you very much for watching. These were a lot of fun. Have a great one. Thanks.